Hey there, sports fans. Today we're going to talk about one of my all-time favorite comic book series. You can see I got it laid out here. Youngblood. You know what it is. But if you don't, Youngblood, the basic pitch here, this is a superhero team that is run by the government, and they're celebrities in their own way. So this is going back to 1992 is when it was launched. Pretty much this month, April of 92. So it's been, 34 years of Youngblood action. And we're close. Here's issue 4 right here. This is also issue 4, but of a new volume. And altogether, this is issue right here, 98. So we're coming up on issue 100 of Youngblood, which will get released here in a month or two. So pretty exciting there. But what's nice about these, maybe you can tell, these are signed copies I've got of the books. This one over here, the newer one, a gift from a friend of mine. I won't put him on the spot here. I won't put him on blast and let everyone know who was so nice as to get me this comic, because then you'll expect him to get you a Youngblood comic too, won't you? So we'll just keep that a secret. But it was very generous of him, very kind. I thank him for doing so. And then we got some older Youngblood here, Youngblood 4, not signed by Rob Liefeld, who's the main artist. Two signatures here: Rob's bank signature, Rob's chisel signature. But over here, it's maybe not as easy to see unless I, point it out a bit. But here in the shield, we've got a sketch of Badrock's head, the big rock guy up here in the corner. We got Badrock in the shield as sketched by the inker on this one, Danny Mickey. So I met him at a convention, and he was so kind as to sign this and do like a fun little remark with Badrock on it. So again, thanks to him for that. Really nice guy, very generous of him. This was the first issue of Youngblood I ever bought. This Youngblood Volume 1, Number 4, which you can see again, the creators here. Creator, writer, penciler, Rob Liefeld. Inks, Danny Mickey. Color design by Steve Olive. Lettering, Kurt Hathaway. Editor, Eric Stevenson. All the best. I mean, especially give real credit here to Steve Olive for really stepping up the colors. Computer coloring in comics wouldn't be where it is without Steve's efforts. He was doing the Akira translations back in the 80s and 90s for Marvel, and then moved over to Image and did books like Spawn and Youngblood and a bunch of other things. And in more recent years, I'm not sure what he's been up to most recently, but I say in more recent years, sometime in the past 20 years, he was doing like colors for the Punisher at Marvel and some other things. But anyway, this is, I mean, this originally, this hooked me. Like I bought this off the stands. I must have been 9 or 10 years old when I bought it. And I was just like, this is to me a cut above what Marvel and DC were doing at the time. And honestly, a lot of what Marvel and DC were doing shortly after this was in large and small amounts, things like the Bloodlines annual crossovers of 93. They were they were taking a page or more than a page from these image creators that were putting out the best of the best. And this is, I mean, this is still one of my favorite issues of Youngblood. It's just page after page of dynamic action. Here we've got Badrock. At this point, the character is named Bedrock, so maybe that makes this make a little more sense. He's jumping out of the plane. He yells "Yabba Dabba Doom," sort of his Flintstones adjacent catchphrase. And up here in the foreground, we've got Die Hard flying down to the action. They're going to, in this issue, they're fighting a villain called Lord Darkthorn. Can't make it up. Wait, no, you can. You can make that up. And the action here is great. Prophet shows up. Will this ever be a movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal? Only time will tell. I'm rooting for it. More Die Hard. Again, like I said, it's just action, action, action. Here's a good one, like this. The wind up and the swing, smack. So that's Youngblood 4. Let's also look briefly here. This is also signed Youngblood 8 by Danny Mickey. I got to get Rob next time I see Rob at a convention. I know he doesn't go to that many, but if I ever see him at New York Comic Con or San Diego again, I'll ask him to sign this. It'd be nice to get a pair, the penciler and the inker, signing it. This one, let's see. Already things have changed. Things have changed since issue 4. This is still the same volume, issue 8. It came out, let's see, this is like February of 93, and this is September of 94. So, look, as a young man, I had to be patient for these. They weren't just coming out every month, but when they did, very exciting stuff. Again, great, great work here. Just very exciting, dynamic figures. This is Shaft, the leader of the team. But what I was pointing out is things have changed already with the inkers. Not only Danny Mickey is still inking some of this, but now Rob is also collaborating with Jonathan Sabal. And I'm not so smart that I'd be able to pick it out of a lineup like who's doing what page. But I will say, whoever's doing this, they did great work, whether it was Jonathan or Danny. I remember, being impressed by this as a kid. I'm still impressed by it. I just like it. I like the whole, it's funny because it is sort of the similar setup to what happened in issue 4, where it's like, here's the team on the ship on the way to the battle. And again, this is what 4 issues and 2 years of practice will do for you. Now we've got an even more elaborate team. Did I even name all these? We got Die Hard 2.0. We got Troll. We got Task. Luckily, the names are right here. They're too tiny for you to read, but I can read them. Silence, not to be confused with Psylocke, okay? Night Saber, Shaft, and some more Die Hard units in the back. And Badrock over here cracking his knuckles. So again, very exciting issue. More Badrock action. And let's take a look briefly. Mortal Kombat 2. Let's take a look briefly at what a difference 30 years makes. Oh, and also you see over here, here's my own Youngblood sketch. This is me. This is maybe a little faint. This is all just pencil work now. I would like to hire somebody else to ink it at some point to make it more of a finished piece. But I'm also debating just going over and darkening it in, just making the pencil lines darker, right? So it should show up on camera a little bit better. But you can see what I've been working on here. You've already met Die Hard, you've already met Badrock. Over here is Vogue in the piece. So that's the Youngblood art I've been drawing. But what's Rob been up to in the past 30 years? Well, a bunch. He's been, you know him as the creator of Deadpool, Cable, all these other things. He's been working on a bunch of stuff with those characters over the decades. And I always wanted him to come back to Youngblood. And luckily he did. Now he's working with Chance Wolf on inks here, and different color artists, Juan Manuel Rodriguez, but they do great work too. And Russ Wooten on letters. But now Rob he's writing it all himself. He's got some Ursat Celestials. What do we call these? The Keep? The Gods Revolted. Yeah, we call them the Keep. They come, they take over Earth. This issue's set 20 years in the future. Let's just hope there's no alien invasion between now and then. For real. We got Badrock. Is he on the run here? Running away from the Keep? And the Keep, they've taken over the Die Hard units, I think. So he's got to fight them. But anyway, here we go. Here's the money shot. Here's Shaft in action. Looking good, looking powerful. And Thor is dead. R.I.P. Thor. This one's interesting. This is a character called the Maxi Mage. I forgot, I think that's right. But it's funny for a couple reasons. One is the Maxi Mage I'm used to is a female character from the 90s. This guy looks like a dude, probably is a dude. And then also Maximage is sort of a portmanteau of 2 publishing shingles Rob has been involved in, Maximum Press and Image Comics. So that tickles me. That's kind of funny. And then, good. Close-up, extreme close-up. That looks good. Powerful hair, looking good. And then we've got, this is not the Savage Land. What do they call it here? Arcadia. From throwback to Youngblood Yearbook #1 back in the 90s. Here we've got the star of the cover, Chapel. And again, you see, here he is on the cover. And then this is flashing back to the Chapel from 1993. But just in case I get accused of being a fake fan here, I'm pretty sure this Chapel is the son of this Chapel. This Chapel died, went to hell, became the devil, came back. There's a whole crossover. They didn't finish it. Image United. But I don't know. I don't know if he ever came back from being Satan, basically. But this guy, his son, I don't remember when he had time to have a son either. But eventually that happened. This guy, I think, teamed up with Obama at some point, again, 10, 15 years ago. But hey, that's Youngblood. Hope my excitement for that comes through. Maybe it encourages you to go check out some Youngblood comics. If you do, I'm going to have a link in the description. If you want to buy them from my comic shop, I get a little boost from that. So appreciate it if you use the link in the description to buy some comics. And then I'll end with this, just saying, again, in the Liefeldian spirit, here is a X-Force image that I drew. We got Cable, we got Domino, we got Boomer or Boom Boom, depending on who you ask. And then the Stephen Platt style moon, or more generically, the Image style moon. It usually doesn't get that big, but we take artistic license. So that's it for today. Again, thanks for checking out the channel. Be sure to smash like on the video. I'll probably do some more comic videos in the future. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.